So, last February we were in the shizzle, so to speak. There was a horrible budget. It hit the duty on drinks hard. Competitors were discounting, not us. But we still needed to hit the numbers by the end of June. No pressure. Yikes. But then there was a chink of light. You see, the guys at IDL had been training with a company called What If. They'd been learning new special powers, invisibility. I wish, no. We had trained to use our creativity to find new ways to positively affect the organisation. But anyway, back to the dilemma. So we were up the creek, no paddle. Then the MD says,
Lads, ladies, you will use your special what-if mind powers, and I reckon if you can deliver an increase of 10,000 case equivalents of West Coast Cooler by the end of June, then we will have a paddle and be out of this creek.
Not his words exactly, but this was one way we could hit the numbers. He set the marketing manager of West Coast Cooler, let's call her Nicola because, that's her name, this task.
Nicola, if that's your name, deliver a consumer-centric plan based on robust insights.
Sure.
You have 2 weeks.
So she smiled politely and left the room. Then she screamed hysterically. He could probably totally hear her. She was right outside his door.
Nicola, I can see you through the door.
Now she knew the West Coast Cooler had been in decline for 2 years. She had no money, no assets. She had very little time. 10,000 case equivalents. She sobbed into her Jameson ginger and lime, which is delicious by the way. After 4 of those, she stopped panicking and her new special what if training kicked in. Boom! Let's get a team, she yelled. I want only the brightest, most positive people, she said. She decided 12 was the best number because that's exactly how many bright people she could find that day. These were to be the 12 apostles, but she'd 2 Johns. This project was going to have its ass handed to it. Every single moment of the day, they obsessed about their consumers, 22 to 27-year-old females. But this was a totally healthy obsession, not the other kind, They churned out 18 ideas that were pretty darn good. But what was most interesting was the change taking place in the team. Guys with 30 years experience found that there was a creative genie inside them, waiting to be awoken. One of them said this.
What could be more exciting than starting with a blank sheet and creating something of real value? Making something out of nothing, pointing to the something in the marketplace and saying, we did that.
And that last bit was in caps, so he probably shouted that bit.
We did that!
From those 18 pretty darn good ideas came 5 really great ideas. They presented these ideas to the bosses. Boom! They got a green light and 30 grand to make it happen. And here's those 5 immortal ideas.
At 1, an in-store promotion. Text to win a funky retro Polaroid camera.
Our consumers love taking snaps on a night out. Who doesn't love a duck face selfie, am I right?
At 2, purchase 3 bottles of West Coast Cooler for €12 in the on-trade.
Our cash-strapped girls often buy in rounds, and this price point was amazing value for them.
In at 3, a free bag of Walker's Sensations Sharing Crisps with every purchase of 750 millilitres.
Ideal for bringing to someone's house for those pre-drinking occasions.
At 4, you get a free West Coast Cooler glass with every purchase of 750 ml.
An instant win for our girls and a collectible item. Collectible! I want one.
Me too.
At 5, buy 10 cases of West Coast Cooler and receive a case of glassware and 1 case free.
This was for the wholesalers. The wholesale channel represents almost 50% of West Coast Cooler sales. Lovely. There you have it. The whole thing cost just under 30 grand. The team adopted the motto as once stated by the late great Patrick Ricard when he said, and that's the most important lesson we learned here. All the prizes and giveaways were sourced in-house at breakneck speed. Were they the most amazing things in the world ever? No. But they plugged on relentless and they delivered to the marketplace with clarity of purpose and speed of decision making, their heads focused all the time on the consumer. Legends. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the results. They're good, by the way, otherwise we wouldn't have made this video. That'd be embarrassing. Don't know what that means. Halted. Impressive. Up 7%. Nice one, John and Mary. Slow down a bit, guys. That's impressive. Go on, we'll give it to you. Whatever. Patrick McGee, the managing director of IDL, said this.
One of my top highlights from Commercial Ireland last year was the Ideas at Work initiative and success of the 12 Apostles project on West Coast Cooler.
And as a result of their success, 12 life-size bronze statues of these apostles have been erected in the reception area of head office. These 12 heroes have inspired others to take up the challenge and use their special powers. And productive creativity has now become part of the way we do things around here. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, please raise the free glass you got with your purchase of a 750ml West Coast cooler. Cilantro.